Okay, this video is a tutorial on how to use Windows Movie Maker. It shows how to create video closes using cartoons. To start off with, you'll need to download Windows Movie Maker. You do that here. Google search for Windows Movie Maker. Look for the link, the Microsoft link, not one of the other links, as you'll get it packaged with all kinds of adware. So this is windowsmicrosoft.com English-Singapore Windows-Live Movie Maker. Click on that one. Wait for the website to open if you're on slow internet. It says Windows Movie Maker 12 is included in Windows Essentials 2012. Download it from here. Once the installer app has finished downloading, run it and deselect the other parts of Windows Live Essentials that you don't want. Remember, after starting, which I unfortunately cannot do on this computer, after starting it, deselect the other components that you don't want. Then once the installation process is over, it should take 5 to 10 minutes, no more, even on really slow Malaysian internet. You should end up with Movie Maker being installed. This is Windows Movie Maker. So the first thing you do is you need to add your base video file. In this case, we're going to use an open source video called Sintel. Oh, it's not quite open source, Creative Commons. So you do need to put in a good big thank you notice at the beginning and ending. As you can see, the video has now been loaded in. You can play back whatever it is you want to play back. It will display on the little screen over here. So, let's say, for example, we want to make a video close for future perfect tense. Then this would be a good spot to put in a question. So, to put in a question, we pause the video, right-click on the black bar here, out in the video stream, right-click, select Split. We've got really good context here. Somebody in the process of climbing a mountain. So we've got data to extrapolate from. Then we open PowerPoint. And personally, for questions in video, I don't like black and white slides, as they tend to be rather annoying to look at over time. So let's change the background. If you didn't quite catch how to do that, this is how. Click on the slide, out on the left, right click, format background, change the color, change it to black, and apply it to all of the fields. Close, So we've now got a box here. We don't want to write with black letters, so we want something that'll stand out easily. Bright yellow on a black background has a really good contrast, so it shouldn't put a strain on anybody's eyes. And even if you get projector glare or sunlight coming in and reflecting on the screen, it will still remain fairly clear, whereas black and white can become messy if you've got sunlight coming into a classroom that's hitting the screen you're projecting onto. So where will she have, oh no, let's change it. What will she have accomplished in bugaboo in a few minutes? Oh. Okay. So that's our first question. Then just copy that if we want to maintain the same format, or maybe let's make the answer a little bit bigger. So we copy the slide, Control C, and paste it in as the next slide, Control V. Go back to Movie Maker, play. And we've got another ideal spot for a question. Split again, back to PowerPoint to write a new question. Let's change this slide. What will have happened in a minute? Right? These two questions should be enough of an example. So here in PowerPoint, go into File, go to Save As. From the menu here, make sure to choose Save As JPEG.jpg. Good. So this one, now all these slides will be in a folder called What Will She Have Accomplished in a Few in your Documents folder. Make sure to click on every slide, or current slide only, depending on if you're doing them one at a time or not. Good. I now have these saved files. Go back to Movie Maker. I want to insert the first question after this. So add videos and photos. Documents. What will she have accomplished in a few? Picture of the first question. Plop in there. Again, add videos and photos. Slide 2. Open. And then you can see now if you mouse over each slide, you can see the duration is only 7 seconds. If you want to edit that, click on it and then go to edit, and you can see there's a duration icon. Let's set this to 30 seconds and 30 seconds. That should be sufficient time for the trainees to write down a good solid answer. And once you've finished working your way through the whole video, you go into Movie Maker and you choose Save Movie, not Save Project. Save Project creates a Movie Maker file with links. So let's save it on my desktop. Tutorial. Saved there now, meaning I can close this. I can close PowerPoint. I can even close Chrome if I need to. And then I can go back here to tutorial and open it again. So as long as I haven't moved any of the files, everything will still be in the same location. So I want to save the actual video. Then instead of Save Project, I go to Save Movie. If I want a small video size, then either for email or for Android phone large, Android phone medium, YouTube, UDrive, MySpace, you've got a ton of different options, with the smallest ones being Android phone or feature phone, small, Windows phone, small, large, etc. So let's save it for feature phone, small. Save. Desktop. Here you can choose to save it as an MP4 file. This is useful if you're working on Apple with QuickTime, or you can go down and save it as a Windows Media video file. This is really useful if you later want to, for example, embed the video into a PowerPoint presentation. So it's probably the easiest format to work with. So tutorial movie on the desktop, save. It will take a couple of minutes for the computer to save the video. If you're doing this on a large desktop computer instead, the process will be much faster, as you will have much more advanced graphics hardware and probably also a much more advanced CPU in it. While this is saving, let me try and show you an example of a finished product. Oops. Just a second. Yeah. This is from one of my groups in Perak, my face-to-face groups in Perak. Now, this for them was a really, really good spot for inserting a question, as we had data to extrapolate from. We had the creepy music, we had the shadow that looked like it was going to jump out from the cliff above her. And this is the whole point to this type of exercise, that trainees choose the absolutely right context for the grammatical question that you stick into the movie. So obviously, if you're teaching present perfect with just, you stick it in questions immediately after a sequence of actions have just occurred. And here, in the case for future perfect, in some way that you've got a basis for extrapolation. So let's see if our movie is finished saving. Like I said, on a laptop, this is a process that can take several minutes, especially as this was starting with a fairly large movie file. And it's being reduced massively in size. However, we are not going to wait for this to finish completely. I hope this gives you a general idea of how you could do some really interesting things in class with a little tool like this. Another option for this is doing picture collages that trainees add audio to. For those of you who've taught on ProElt, there are some fantastic versions of the Town Mouse story floating around on the internet, created using this software and in this way, but where they've taken MP3 files and then put in different pictures to match different scenes in the story. Yeah, that concludes this little tutorial. Thank you.